I really wish I could say psych right now, bro, but what's going on? Toxic gamers, am I right? Yeah, it's always is the toxic gamers' fault, eh? Right? That's what they always said. And this time, man, the same toxic gamers are going batshit crazy. I've never seen anything like this. You know, it's real when the homie Tyrone Magnus also goes in on it. Pause real quick, but yeah, Phil Spencer gonna be Phil Spencer. He putting Sarah Bond in the front lines, and Queen is always catching all the heat. Bro, what the hell, man? Phil Spencer, dog, like, you gotta stop with that bull squash, homie. Like, you guys don't have to like the video, you don't have to subscribe. Let's get to it, man. Let's roll it.
Play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want. That's why we're investing in our next generation hardware lineup. The next generation of Xbox is coming to life, and this is just the beginning.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Is it? The Xbox brand currently is on fire, and it's been that way for a while now. This isn't a new problem that just emerged this last week. This goes back to the Xbox One days, in which Phil Spencer even admitted that that was the console generation that they could not afford to lose, and in fact, they just got destroyed by competition.
Right,
and here we are again in this next generation with the Xbox Series X/S, and things have not improved at all. See, Xbox made the investment. They wanted to build up Game Pass, so they bought a number of studios, Obsidian, In Exile, the devs behind We Happy Few, and a bunch of other smaller devs. Then they made the big one with Activision Blizzard King spending $70 billion. That created a hole.
Bro, that's dirty, bro. That's insane. And that's the thing, when they first bought Activision Blizzard for $70 billion, we all knew that it was gonna take them time. They're not gonna magically make $70 billion, right? I mean, the entirety of Microsoft will, but, you know, we're talking about, like, their other businesses, AI, this, that, the other. But, you know, Xbox only as a gaming division, that's what we're focusing on. And making $70 billion based off of them buying Activision was like, nah, bro, it's gonna take them years, perhaps decades, to make that money back. And what we learned from all of this bull squash is that they lost $300 million from Black Ops 6. I believe that's only for Xbox, though that doesn't count in like PlayStation or PC. And the reason being is because it's on Game Pass. So they lost 300 million. Instead of making their 70 billion, they are losing money. And yeah, things needs to change, and that's exactly what's going on.
Problem for Xbox, because Microsoft wants to see profit. They want to see the growth that was envisioned by Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, Sarah Bond, that Xbox leadership team.
Matt Booty!
That was promised, and it clearly has not happened, and that's why the changes that have happened this week reflect the danger that currently faces this platform, and why I very much question if Xbox will be around in the coming years. That perspective is given further weight because of the fact that Microsoft doesn't care about gaming like they once did. Their focus is on AI. So with the lack of growth, the costs that are associated with running Xbox as a platform, you can understand why Microsoft is putting pressure on this platform. And unfortunately, during the FTC trial, Microsoft said that the burden would never be passed on to consumers because of the Activision Blizzard $70 billion deal. We just know that was a total lie.
Yeah, yeah, the burden, I mean, the homie Phil Spencer being Phil Spencer, he putting all the burden on Sarah Bond, the queen, right? She taking all the heat right now, you know what I'm saying? And Phil Spencer is just like sitting back laughing. I don't know what he's doing, man. Probably sniffing each other farts out there. Some allegedly. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. But you know what, jokes aside though, is it all Phil Spencer's fault? Honestly, I don't know if it's all Phil Spencer's fault. Surely he has a massive part to play in it, right? Because he's the CEO, right? Like, let's be objective here, right? So yeah, I mean, poor decisions, poor decision making, and yeah, the entirety of the Xbox ecosystem and the people behind running it are to be blamed. And one simple word, bro, this is what's ruining gaming, not just Xbox, gaming in general: greed. Greed is what's ruining gaming.
Has been confirmed this week, especially with these Game Pass changes, which reporting from Bloomberg indicates that is linked directly to that deal. So yes, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, that was the big thing, went up 50% in price, but there was a number of other changes within this announcement that Microsoft really did not want to mention. Instead, they wanted to focus on the upgrades you're getting, your new Fortnite subscription, and Ubisoft Plus Classics, all stuff that nobody...
Yeah, man, Ubisoft, you want to pay 50% extra to play with Cherry Blossom Flower Captain Gay BBC? Salute to Captain BBC, man. Damn, bro. And guys, the sad thing is that, bruh, Ubisoft is literally like 20-30 minutes away from where I'm at, bro. Ubisoft used to be so good, dog. Their games used to be phenomenal, bruh. I don't know what happened. I mean, I know what happened, but like with Assassin's Creed Shadows, they dunked on my homeboys out there. They dunked on my Japanese homies, my black homies. They dunked on everybody, bro. Like, even Yasuke, Yasuke was a real life guy, right? He was a real life person. and they butchered his legacy, destroyed his legacy. I'm talking about the real life person, not the video game character. You know, putting cherry blossom flowers on him, right? Making him, you know, like, yeah, Captain Gay BBC, like, damn, man. And they made him sleep with Nobunaga's sister in the game. And what we learned from history, Nobunaga's sister was very, very faithful. And apparently Ubisoft made her sleep and jump on a BBC, bro. Like, that is crazy to me. You know, we all saw that, we talked about it. Asmongold went crazy, everybody went insane. There is a scene in the game where, you know, Yasuke just the shit out of her, and yeah, bro, it's just insane, bro. Insane. Nobunaga's sister got the BBC treatment by Ubisoft, and Nobunaga's sister was faithful in real life. And Yasuke was a man. He was a man of culture, bro. You know, maybe not a samurai though, but you know what? He had a good legacy, right? Like, he was a good character in real life. That's what we learned. I don't know. I was not there, right? But that's what we learned according to the history. But nah, man, we gotta make sure Nobunaga's sister get the BBC though. So yeah, man, damn, bro, this suck is crazy. And apparently you can have the Ubisoft Play on the Game Pass for 50% extra. My god, bro, like, these suckers crazy. Yeah, Fortnite, you wanna play with the Captain BBC, pause. Yeah, pay 50% extra and get the Game Pass and play with them.
He was really asking for, but they described it as the feedback that they were receiving. And based on their response to the outrage right now, they're continuing that, saying price increases are never fun for anybody. We're listening to the feedback.
But they're fun for them.
Players, clearly they were not with this massive increase in price, but other reporting has also indicated more stuff is on the way, including the introduction of ads into premium console gaming. I get it, it's free Xbox cloud gaming, but this is a slippery slope. Horse armor was once just horse armor. It turned into the microtransaction hell that exists today. There's always a starting point in ads. Yes, we've had billboard ads in games, but this just could get so much worse with its implementation into pause screens and all of that in gaming. But yeah, Microsoft has also not exactly been consistent with their messaging surrounding the Game Pass changes. They have now recently said that it's changing market conditions, aka they're trying to blame it on the tariffs, inflation, and all of that. That's their new little slogan of saying, oh, this is why we had to go $10 up. Nobody's believing it, and they right now are trying to figure out how to message to the community gamers. But right now, I think everybody is of the assessment that they cannot be trusted. Xbox, Microsoft, nobody's believing what they're trying to sell. And right now, there has been mass cancellations of Game Pass, many moving away from Xbox as a platform, and the desperation is on Xbox, the console front page. As you can see, this individual says, I like how after canceling my Game Pass Ultimate, my home screen gets littered with ads asking me to come back. No thanks. And look, the rumors, the leaks, and everything surrounding Xbox this last week and really the last year, it's just been constant negativity. There's no positivity with any of this stuff. Like, we're having reports from the Xbox One days emerging now saying that Xbox was trying to make their own Uncharted for Xbox, but it got canceled. Like I said, there's nothing.
I mean, Indiana Jones is closest thing to Uncharted for Xbox, right? Yeah, dang, man. Gaming is really in a downward spiral, man. Only GTA 6 can revive it. Black Ops 7, we're all seeing the hate it's getting right now, and yeah, understandably so. And I want to get down to Black Ops 7 in a second.
Good coming from this platform right now. There's also the fact that, yeah, Xbox quietly nuked the Game Pass Call of Duty discount. Xbox responded to this. They responded to it, confirming it, and also adding, it's not just Call of Duty, it's all of their games. This is not specific to any one game and reflects all games and DLC purchases. Instead of a discount on the purchases, Ultimate and Premium subscribers will earn 10% and 5% respectively in points when purchasing select games and add-ons from the Game Pass library. And as Kotaku says here, in effect, players can still get the 10% savings on COD points and Black Cell bundles, but it will only be available for subsequent purchases after they've accrued enough rewards to redeem a $5 Xbox gift card. Essentially, they've introduced something far worse system. Instead of getting the direct savings immediately there, you have to have enough points that then you can buy their made-up currency. And this is the greed. This is the greed that we're seeing.
This is the greed. Exactly. That's what it is. But also, that begs the question, though. Was Game Pass really profitable? They said, officially, on an official level, they said yes. But, you know, fans were always questioning, and I get it, like, fanboys were also jumping, and I'm talking about PlayStation fanboys, I'm talking Xbox fanboys, right, the Xbox Andes, the Sony ponies and all that, and I mean, you know, the banter was always fun, but when it got to the toxic level, when the toxicity level were, like, really toxic, I guess, no pun intended, but, yeah, right, like, when it got to that level, then it was, like, no bueno, but when it was just lighthearted banter, it was always fun, but looks like we're never gonna have that because Xbox clearly lost the plot there. And I mean, PlayStation 5 is doing amazing in sales and all that. PlayStation games have been also quite better than Xbox, objectively speaking, but let's be real, PlayStation 4 games were way better than PlayStation 5, right? So even PlayStation 5 is lacking, but Xbox is just on another level. Xbox is making PlayStation look so good, so amazing. Even though, yeah, I mean, on a console level, Xbox and PlayStation hardware is alright, but games are not, right? And Xbox ecosystem quite literally is getting nuked right now.
Seeing from this company, the desperation reeks right now. And there's also, like I said, many territories that have had these Game Pass Ultimate changes. They're upset because it's not like for us, it's just 50%. In places like Brazil, it's actually going up by about 100%. In many other countries, it's the similar thing because regional pricing is not the same. And this is what I mean. This is why when you have like xCloud being introduced with ads, it's like that's the thing you give to the poor people. But then the premium experience, if you want the best of the best, you're going to be paying $30 right now. In a couple of years, it may be 40 to 50 for the best of the best. And it's like you get to put up with the pain of advertisements being played. I think right now they're saying it may be like an hour, so you have to watch a 15-second or so. But like I said, this is where it always starts. There's a starting point, and then things always get far worse. We've seen that especially with all the subscription services, not just Xbox Game Pass. But Bloomberg really did confirm a lot of the stuff that we thought, the suspicions that we had, and it is, again, that the Activision Blizzard merger truly tanked this company and has really put the pressure on them to deliver. And while the focus had...
This is what I was talking about, 300 million in sales of Call of Duty on console. Okay, even PlayStation, I thought it was Xbox only. So PC last year, according to one of the former employees who asked not to be identified discussing internal estimates. Call of Duty is the issue, right? Damn, man. Call of Duty caused this. I mean, I'm not shocked, right? Because they spent $70 billion. That's a lot of money. They spent about like 7 to 8 billion, if I'm not mistaken, for Bethesda, and that didn't necessarily cause like massive issues for them. But 70 billion, I mean, damn it, bro. 70 billion is 70 billion. They could have made so many games with that money, bro. They could have funded so many different Xbox studios, but we all saw so many games being canceled, so many studios canceled, all because of Call of Duty, bro. It wasn't really worth it. Not really, man. Call of Duty was already in a bad spot when they acquired it, but now it's even in a worse spot because Call of Duty is gonna be Call of Duty, Activision gonna be Activision, but also Xbox is gonna be Xbox too. So they effed it up even more, bro.
Has been on the Call of Duty numbers, the fact that, yeah, they lost $300 million in sales last year, and that's why there has been such chaos behind the scenes over there at Xbox and also Microsoft. This was the most compelling part. It was really notable, is the fact that Bloomberg notes Microsoft Chief Financial Officer Amy Hood has asked Xbox to find other ways to increase profit, according to the current and former employees, which is why we're seeing all these layoffs, all these cancellations, and also the burden being passed on to consumers now with these massive increases coming to Game Pass. And this reporting isn't actually anything new. This is something that was reported back in July. Xbox reportedly given utterly unrealistic financial target that could continue to hurt the division. I think this rumor, this leak, has turned out to be true based on what we're seeing now. And look, Xbox has outlined their future. They've talked about their hardware. This is something that they announced back in June. There was actually even then rumors like, is Xbox even going to do a next generation console? Are they going to go full third party? But no, they announced Xbox and AMD advancing the next generation of gaming together. Sarah Bond, in that video I showed at the beginning, she also said Xbox unveiled that it has entered into a strategic multi-year partnership with AMD to co-engineer silicon across a portfolio of devices, including future first-party consoles and cloud. So for many, this was the confirmation that Xbox is doubling down on consoles, at least for the next generation. So indeed.
And we heard that it was supposedly coming out 2026. Okay, here it says Xbox new hardware plans begin with a gaming handheld. Okay, gaming handheld as well. Whoa! Gaming handheld set for later this year with full next-gen consoles targeting 2027. Okay, this was said March 2025. So by the end of the year, we're supposedly getting an Xbox handheld. But PlayStation, we know it's coming out 2027 or 2028. But we heard that Xbox next gen was targeting 2026, and the reason we know this is because we saw it in the leaked files during the when Xbox was trying really hard to get Activision and they were battling Sony in court. That's when documents came out and we saw those as we got that information. Now I'm not sure if they're actually gonna release Xbox in 2026 or not. We'll find out.
Up to this point in time, we've had rumors, we've had leaks surrounding Xbox's plans about their new hardware for the next generation, including some which said that full next-gen consoles are supposedly targeting 2027, right around the same time frame that PlayStation's also planning their PS6 and their other hardware as well. But there was also the fact that we had other reporting indicating this is not going to be a traditional new console cycle. Xbox is trying new things, and they kind of have to. And it was the fact that even in that AMD announcement, Sarah Bond almost basically admitted that Microsoft might have confirmed Xbox Steam Store rumor with AMD announcement. And yes, seemingly these new consoles will have the Steam Store maybe attached in the Epic Game Store. It is a competitive advantage, but it just comes back to the fact of what's the point of owning an Xbox console and even this next generation when you can just get a PC and you still have access to all of that. And Xbox doesn't really have an answer to that. If anything, they just point to, well, as long as you're part of Game Pass, that means we're winning. And that kind of just shows you how times have changed. This company has realized that consoles, that no longer is their future, and I
wonder like how many people canceled the subscription. Have any of you canceled the subscription? If so, put it in the comments. 1, if you cancel the subscriptions. 2, if you are keeping your subscription. 3 if you never had any Xbox subscription to begin with. I want to know your thoughts, but check this out. I mean, my god, bro, this is what Call of Duty is doing, and admittedly it is good news, but I doubt it, bro.
Believe what I'm about to say, but we got Activision to finally remove skill-based matchmaking. It is so vindicating after all the years of work, all the videos, all the naysayers saying that we were just complaining just to complain. Well, look what we have here. Classic matchmaking, where skill is minimally considered, featuring team deathmatch, kill confirm, domination, hardpoint, and overload.
Man! Damn, bro. So you're telling me Toxic Gamers did it? The Blame Truths of YouTubes did it? Shout out to the homie Blame Truth! But see, I still have doubts with it, bro. I don't know, man. Yeah, this is beta only, so we gotta see. But part of me believes that it's here to stay because of how badly Call of Duty is doing. And this time around, bro, like, the hype is so low. Even my friends not playing the beta, even the beta, bro. And even I have not downloaded the beta. Even I don't have any, like, interest in downloading the beta and playing it. I saw a little bit of the gameplay and I'm like, nah, bro, this ain't for me. And we're seeing the numbers, and the numbers are abysmal, at least on the Steam side of things. And Steam is pretty big for Call of Duty. PC is big for Call of Duty, believe it or not. I mean, console is obviously big, but we don't have numbers for consoles. But all in all, like, you can see the numbers on YouTube for Call of Duty stuff, and the numbers are really bad. They're really down bad, showing you the interest that people have, which is lack thereof, right? So
They put this in the actual game itself. Anybody can read it. They're not hiding it from the casual players. There's only 2 modes in the entirety of the Black Ops 7 beta right now. Basically, it's no skill-based matchmaking and yes, skill-based matchmaking. Right. What Activision and Treyarch are doing right now is a test. But the funny part is I literally called this in my video not 24 hours ago. It's honestly depressing, but I suppose the one silver lining to all this, and you guys may think this is like a crackpot theory or whatever, but the game is so down bad right now that I genuinely think that there is a chance that skill-based matchmaking gets reworked as a result. One thing is for sure, they cannot continue down this path. They are out of options. To use COD terms, they are literally in final stand right now, so Activision, we're waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached a...
I do believe that it's because, like, I mean, I don't know if this is what Activision wants. They probably don't want that, but Xbox is probably making them do it, which is a good thing. Because they're losing money right now, dog. You know, Xbox is on the brink, bro. Like, Xbox might cease to exist, dog. They gotta do it. Call of Duty costs them a lot, bro. Call of Duty is costing them a lot right now. Damn, bro.
Point where Call of Duty is so down bad that they are finally listening to the community and removing skill-based matchmaking, at least for the time being. Now, obviously, there's a lot to unpack in this video, and what makes matters more complicated is I had a big family thing planned for today, so I was gone. I was out of the office virtually all day. I got to play like 3 matches earlier, and then I had time to do like 5 matches here tonight, but
even I was gone earlier this morning, and you want to know how many games I played? 0. Maybe just like you guys as well. So not trying to flex, maybe you guys also played 0 games, or maybe some of you have played negative games, bitch. I don't know how that works, but okay, man, okay.
Obviously, I have to do the video and get that up at a decent hour. I'm not known for uploading at the best times in the world, but regardless, I was able to play a little bit here, and I was able to draw some pretty conclusive conclusions from what's been going on here. So the impetus for all this was a tweet from Treyarch earlier today saying, let's switch things up. Later today, we'll have 2 playlists in the Black Ops 7 beta, Mosh Pit, and a new option, Open Mosh Pit. Then, of course, they give the description for the game mode, and let me just come right out here right now and say it, chest puffed out, not holding back. They fucking lied to us, man. They straight up lied to us. Like, we all knew they were lying, but they kept up the charade anyway. And I'm not talking about the new game mode. That is
lied about, like, no skill-based matchmaking? What? Oh, I want you to clarify that. What? Wait, what's this like?
Pretty conclusive. We can see it with our own eyes. I'm talking about when they lied to us when they said that time to match and connection quality were always the top of their priority list. Do you guys remember this bullshit they kept showing us back in the day? Well, let me tell you guys right here and now, it was a complete lie, because look at what happens in the no skill-based matchmaking playlist. Queue times are nearly instant, like just like they were back in Call of Duty 4, the OG Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1. Like, queue times are pretty much freaking instant as compared to the like 1 to 3 minutes that we usually have to spend on a game like Black Ops 6. The connection quality is usually pretty good. good. I usually get like 20 to 30 ping, which is good for me. I live kind of in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. But one problem that's really frustrating me right now is I'm getting an insane amount of packet bursts, like way more than I was getting before this update, which is weird. I don't know what the cause of all that is. I mean, you guys might remember that amazing PC that E-Rock on Tech built for me. I can handle this game 8 ways from Sunday, and my internet, while not amazing, is still pretty damn good for a...
Bro. $847 megabytes per download. Not amazing. My guy, my man. There are people out there living on 1 megabyte per download speed, 5 megabyte per download speed. 800 is more than amazing, brother. More than amazing, man. What are we talking about, man? But I know why he said that. I know what he's doing, man. I get it, brother. I get it. But...
Again, rural Pennsylvania. So why is there packet bursts like every single match, and why is it getting worse and worse? Treyarch, please fix it, because so far the new game mode without skill-based matchmaking feels a lot better. It's night and day difference, but of course, and I did call this in the past, fans are skeptical, and rightly so. We can't trust Activision as far as we can throw them. So let's dive into that whole debacle here next.
There we go.
So when a multi-billion, even trillion-dollar company designs an entire matchmaking algorithm to squeeze every red cent out of their community, and they keep that system in place for over half a decade, fans are obviously going to be pretty skeptical when that trillion-dollar company has a sudden change of heart. I've seen some reports coming in from players today saying that the game doesn't feel...
Nah, Brad, they never will, and they never had a sudden change of heart. It's the sudden change of money they're getting in their wallets, bro. That's what is changing.
Feel any different to them. I've also seen some people saying that the game feels completely different, and for me, my own personal experience, again, very limited sample size so far, but the game does certainly feel better. I think it's a pretty damn good improvement. In fact, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually want to play Call of Duty. It feels really weird, man. Like, I actually enjoyed my matches tonight. I can feel myself getting better at the game, despite the fact that I barely touched COD at all since like last December. Kill streaks are actually being called in my lobbies once again. There's actually weapon variety. Not everybody is a movement god, and matches feel a lot more organic than they did before, and honestly, I'm enjoying myself, again, when I'm not being packet bursted back into the freaking Stone Age. I think it's fair to say that when Activision and Treyarch are doing these tests, which this is what this is, by the way, it's just a test, that they may end up...
You guys think it's too little, too late? Now, make no mistake, if no skill-based matchmaking stays, that is a really big W, and perhaps this is gonna slowly revive Call of Duty. But even when I hear no skill-based matchmaking, that's probably just me. You guys, maybe this does not apply to you. Maybe your opinion is different. And yeah, if it is, put it in the comments. But for me, I hear this and I know it's a good thing, right? And I hope it stays, because this is probably gonna help Call of Duty. Maybe not with Black Ops 7 that much, okay? But in general, going forward, it's surely gonna help. When they got Modern Warfare 20 out there, Black Ops 100 or something like that. And if they keep on with no skill-based matchmaking and they make sure maps are good, the game is good, then yeah, definitely gonna help. But right now, I got zero interest in playing Call of Duty. Like, I haven't even bothered downloading the beta. I don't care for it, right? Other than just seeing like what's happening and all that. But this is good stuff. I really hope they keep up with that. And if it turns out their games are good, and yeah, let's find out. Perhaps Black Ops 7 is gonna be starting off bad, but later down the road, it might get like a big fan base, and perhaps word of mouth. Perhaps word of mouth is gonna spread in a positive way, and if that happens, okay, holy shit, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that's gonna happen. Maybe that's not gonna happen. We'll find out. But did you see this video though? Yo, the stuff that is going on with the Emma Watson. We have an update to the story. Check it out. We're talking about Harry Potter's Hermione Granger. My high school crush, by the way, you know, back in the days. Check it out and I'll see you right there.